Thank you for joining us today. First off, what is your name and what do you do as a teacher?
My name is Jose Martinez III. I'm a social studies teacher here at Bear Creek High School. Currently I teach economics, AP economics, honors ninth grade, and our broadcasting class.
Right, so what inspired you to become a teacher and why specifically at BCHS?
So both my parents were teachers. I just kind of grew up around it, and I really liked seeing students interacting with teachers in a real way. And the reason I chose Bear Creek High School was because, the long story short, is that when I student taught, I got placed here. And I really loved it. I grew to love the staff and the students. And when I graduated from college, the person who was my mentor moved up to become an administrator. Actually, he's the current principal, Mr. Tor. And as a result, they offered me his job. They said, "Do you want to stay?" And I was like, absolutely. I love the school and I love the area, and I've worked here ever since.
Right, so where did you receive your education from?
I went to UNC up in Greeley, and everything was great up there. It was a really cool place for school. Loved being up there, but I definitely was ready to come back to Denver afterwards, miss my family and the city. And then 3 years later, I went and got my master's at Grand Canyon University, which is out of Phoenix.
Is there something that the students might not know about you and would you care to share?
The biggest thing that kids are always surprised to hear for me is that I was a DJ when I was younger. I did work in clubs and stuff for a very short period of time, but I still do it every once in a while. Like this summer, I actually DJ'd a couple weddings, and I DJ'd for this golf tournament. I actually have to do another one here coming up soon, and another one in January that I just booked. And it was really one of those things where I didn't know anything about DJing. I just liked music, and so one day I went to a music store and bought some equipment, and I really bought it for me, but then a couple months later, a friend of ours found out that I had it, and they offered to pay me to DJ their birthday, and I was like, okay. And ever since then, it's been great, and I've gotten to meet some really cool people as a result, and had some great times and experiences. Got to travel a little bit, so that's always one thing that kids are pretty surprised to know about me.
What has been a hardship for you in your life, and what did that hardship teach you?
It sounds a little silly now, but really when I was younger, I was a really shy kid. And I know a lot of people feel like that, and knowing me today, people have a really hard time believing that. But a lot of it when I was younger, I was a big kid. I mean, I'm still a very large guy. But I think my weight always was it really held me back. It made me feel weird in social situations. And when I was a junior in high school, I spent the whole summer working out. I literally ran 5 miles every day for summer. And it was terrible. It was the worst experience of my life. But I lost 100 pounds. And when I went back my senior year, I mean, a lot of people were really surprised to see me. But it was not like they were making fun of me. They were very much like, "Wow, you look great. This is awesome." And it not only gave me this boost of confidence, but it also made me feel really like all these people knew me the whole time. The only person that was really holding me back socially was actually me. And so as I've grown older, I just realized that people are people, and we all look different and have different experiences, but we're all here to just be happy and be with each other. And so as I've grown up and become a teacher, that's something that I always like to stress in my classes. Life is about being happy, and you're the one that gets to make that happiness, so you got to get to it.
Can you give us a brief description of AP Micro?
Sure. So microeconomics is something we teach in regular econ too. It's not like a new content that we don't have before. The AP designation really just means that we're going to get to go in a lot more depth. We get to add quite a bit more math that we don't go into at the regular level. But then, of course, we get to do some more fun stuff like apply to some bigger situations in the world and kind of dissect some current events that are going on to help people understand it a little bit more. So I'm really looking forward to that aspect of it. It's definitely, the challenging aspect is a little daunting, but it's going to be fun.
What advice would you like to impart to the upcoming generations, which include your students?
The biggest piece of advice that I always give my kids at the end of the year is when you go out into the world as an adult, whatever that means, you need to work hard and you need to be kind to people. And I didn't coin that phrase. That actually came from Conan O'Brien, but in my own experience, I felt like it's rung very true. I like to work hard. I think working hard is really important. It gives you a sense of self-satisfaction and really happiness in your life, but also be nice to people. People are really amazing individuals, and you'll meet all kinds of really cool people in your life, and you often will find that being nice to people will get you a lot further than being mean or bitter or distrustful or anything like that. So those two things I think will help you get whatever you want in life.
Okay, so I have just heard that you recently had a daughter. Can you tell me more about your family?
Sure. So my daughter was born in December of 2014, so she just turned about 18 months recently, and her name is Penelope. Just a name that me and my wife both liked. It's not a family name or anything like that. Her middle name is Binks. We named her after the cat from Hocus Pocus, not because we like cats, because we actually don't like cats, but because we like Halloween a lot, and so we wanted to honor that some way in her name. And then my wife is named Victoria. She's actually a teacher as well. She teaches elementary art, though, so very different kind of teaching than I do. And I always say that I could not do her job, and she says the same about mine. And she used to teach in Jeffco, actually, but she just got a brand new job in DPS, very close to home, which is really nice for us. And that's really it.